Hello there everyone and welcome back to Napoleon Total War with a Great War mod. Last time around we defeated quite a few Italian armies, but now it's the time to really bring them to their knees by taking the Alpenkorps army under the command of Crown Prince of Bavaria and take out Rome. The Eternal City will fall. Now, I'm not entirely sure if this army right here will reinforce it. I would rather meet this army straight on in a battle than have them trickle in, because I imagine they don't have any large pieces of artillery. Anyways, as I kind of said as well, here's not where we're going to start off. We're going to start off by killing the British force that has landed. This is a second British landing in the Normandy region. But I'll show you a bit of the things that I've done in between episodes. So really what I've been doing is I've been moving around a little bit of my navy. So I think I showed you when I got the chlorine gas cannons for this army, and we're preparing, of course, to sail across and finalize the defeat of the French. But we're going to start off first by landing an aircraft so that we can keep an eye on them. Probably should have... The thing was, I brought 2 aircrafts, and the original idea was actually to go to Sardinia. But because I set them to land here, we ran into the enemy vessel here. And I decided to land here instead, hoping that I could maybe make it back to port. But by that time I'd lost too much time or movement points. So we only made it about halfway back, and we still have an aircraft on board there. So I wish, of course, to land one on Sardinia to keep an eye on the Italians as well. Other than that, I'm moving the fleet together over here. So we've got quite the fleet building up here. And as the Russians now only have 1 port, I could actually possibly go into this area and see about contesting these waters. I can't exactly remember where exactly the fleet is. This fighter aircraft is, of course, looking for the enemy fighter aircraft. Oh, what's this? I didn't attack this. Ooh, they've got a lot of war awareness, suddenly. But I haven't been fighting them for a very long time, so I'm not entirely sure where this come from. Can't be from the army. Could it be... It's 1916. I don't think they have any revolution plans already, do they? I, of course, did a campaign where I played as the Russian revolutionaries, but I can't exactly remember when all of that starts. And we're gonna bring these 2 armies together. I was actually just planning on rather quickly setting up today's episode, but I forgot that I had some moves to make. I also moved some more aircrafts over to Great Britain, so we can keep an eye on them. They've already prepared the next army to land. Interestingly enough... Oh, that's a French fleet. Interestingly enough, they haven't gone... I mean, we saw land armies move here, but they haven't actually gone against the Irish yet. Looks like the Irish are going to do something similar to what the Romanians are doing. And make this weird kind of... I think people commented that said that they were going to try and... It was some kind of ritual to bring Dracula back. Oh, I didn't actually make it all the way? We're not going to do Rome first, because as I said, I want this army to actually be within proper range. If I move into that, I'm pretty sure they will intercept me. I'm going to move to this high ground, and I'm going to sit there and wait. See where this army moves. Do I have... Let's infiltrate it. I have enough planes, so even if I fail here, I can always go ahead and send another aircraft. Yeah, they do not have that much. Let's go ahead and enter and see what the enemy comes up with, and then we'll attack the British, and then Rome. Should be fine. Let's go. Interestingly enough, my fleet gets intercepted by the Italian Navy rather than the French. As we can kind of see up in the corner here, the French actually brought their navy to the Italian coast that has landed an army. I will of course retreat from the... oh yeah, great. Go straight into the other Italian fleet. That brings in the huge French fleet as well. And now I can no longer retreat. But I think if I actually play it, I move to the edge of the map and retreat, I should be able to get away. It's quite annoying. Quite annoying indeed. Well, I was in fact unable to retreat, so I made my stand. I took out quite a bit on this battle cruiser and also a bit on this light cruiser. But just to kind of make a point that I was making earlier about why sort of you lose cannons so quickly, it's not because the cannons get destroyed. As we can see here, there are tons of cannons still operational. Like, there's tons and tons of these cannons that are operational. It's because the explosion kills the crew. A single shot can land and take out so many of the crew. As you can see, tons of cannons still functional, but the crew completely gone. No surprise that the naval battle went belly up, as it were. We sunk. No surprise there. Winter has turned up. It's early December 1916. Airplane detected turnip winter. As the Great War entered into its third year, the German population began to feel the strain of the war. By December 1916, a strained economy, poor harvests, and the merciless British naval blockade of the North Sea forced rationing in Germany to reach unprecedented levels, with rationing food providing only half the necessary calorie intake and the staple potato crop failing. German civilians and soldiers alike were forced to turn to the humble turnip to survive. That sometimes I don't think people know just how important potatoes are in terms of just how good they are, in a sense. Like how much they provide for people, and in this case they failed, but normally they're quite sturdy, and potatoes are good. What am I gonna say? Everyone likes potatoes in whatever form they come in. Anyways, turnip winter. I imagine that this might give us losses. I imagine that this is gonna give us a trait, if I'm not sure. There we go. Turnip winter. Happiness unchanged, but minus growth, minus wealth for farms, -1 wealth for towns, 15% extra loss to attrition, perfect now when it's winter, minus morale in battles, and minus campaign movement range by 15%. That one's pretty bad. And pretty general as well. And now you could say, oh, but John, you've taken so much territory. Wouldn't I be able to resupply or work it out? I mean, I still have to feed the French. I still have to feed the areas of Russia that I've taken and so on. And I imagine the potatoes have their harvest have failed sort of across Central Europe. So, if you were a real shithead, you could go ahead and relocate food from France into Germany to feed that population. But of course what? A secondary British force has landed. Let's go ahead and scout that. I thought I was going to do kind of a quick episode. No general. Plenty of guns, plenty of machine guns. Indians, Highlanders as well. And they're finally starting to get some late infantry battalions. They got helmets on. That brings quite the problem. Luckily for me, I do have this naval invasion force that I was going to send. So we can send them over. Their tanks aren't ready yet. We're going to attack here, of course. Problem here with a naval battle, of course, I lost a ship. And then the port got blocked. And a spy aircraft was shot down. The spy aircraft, I have quite a few, so not a major problem, but still. Could have been nice to have that one. They do open up this port for attack, which could be interesting. And now when the Italians have moved out of this port, I should be able to build some ships here. I'm hoping to just bypass their fleet and go into, you know, landing armies. So we're not going to go for like the super big ones. The super big ships. Should possibly get you out of there. Or at least get the these guys into town instead. You should get in... Oh, the French have landed as well. Do I have an aircraft to spy what they have? I think I had one close by. Huh. Anyways, so we've got one force landing there, we've got one force landing there, we've got one force landing there. This one I will take care of pretty darn soon. My attacks into Russia. Now when there's been such an increase in terms of attrition here, 15% extra. Should we force ourselves forward and take the next area? I mean, the Russians are losing quite a lot here as well. And right now it seems like their armies are not actually moving against us, but they're moving away from us, or more towards the interior. We lost that movement range, that's kind of bad, but if you move forward, then you will stay. The reason why I don't bring both of them up is because the second army will have no winter quarter to take up once they get here, so they'll have to march back, and then they'll take tons of winter attrition. So that's bad. So Mackensen alone moves to take this. Now, it doesn't look like the Russians are going to be able to send anything to stop him. So that's good. Let's bring these navies together. I need some kind of spy aircraft to find out where the Russian fleet is. There it is, actually. Are we within range? No, and we can't move that far, but we can attack a bit. We can start blocking a bit of Russian trade. Okay, so there's a lot to be handled here. I think what we'll do is this army will not be able to aid Rome. They will spawn a lot of home garrison. I was hoping I'd just be able to out-resolve this one. Guess we'll wait with that one. We'll do this battle. Now I kind of feel that I was hoping just to get in it, so I get straight into the episode, so I could do 2 battles pretty rapidly, but suddenly there's tons of stuff to talk about on the campaign map. Like the British actually landing 2 armies. Luckily I did have this one, so Paris is not completely open, but still, that was a pretty dangerous situation that the British are bringing over. Obviously they control the channel, so there's not much I can do here. They've got so many armies ready to come across. Let's keep our aircrafts close by to keep an eye on the British forces in the area, and that no one crosses over here. Yes, let's go ahead and test out the big railguns. We're moving the gun along the rails. Let's go ahead and smash this British army. And without further ado, let's go ahead and smash these and test out our huge siege howitzers. With only turnips in our stomachs, we're about to take on the British invasion force. I've entrenched myself, but we are gonna move on the attack. I've placed bombs here and here, and we have the Ruhr assault group up in the corner. All the infantry is strung out here. Interesting unit for this battle is gonna be this device right here. So obviously they can't bring in... I mean, it would be pretty cool, but it doesn't really work. That would be so weird, seeing a huge railgun being, I guess, stationary somewhere on the map. That would be kind of odd. So they just have this group to symbolize it, this spotter group that is ready to spot for the cannon. With that said, I think we'll just go ahead and start, shall we? Start by moving the infantry over the top. I think we'll move the Jaegers forward as well. As I want the enemy to kind of head towards the bombs, I'm gonna pull the assault pioneers only slightly back. I want to kind of see if we can spot the difference here. I think we should be able to spot the difference quite easily in between the normal artillery shell holes and that of the big railgun. It is currently firing. I'm actually receiving quite a bit of fire from these guns here. I imagine... Oh, now they're focusing on the... Now they're focusing on my infantry. Should be able to start sneaking these guys forward. So there's a bomb there, and then there's a bomb right about there. I mean, the shell holes are definitely large. But I kind of remembered it as being even larger. But, I mean, if you compare this shell hole to this one, there's quite a big difference. But I remembered it as almost as being even bigger. Okay, move back and move back further. So the bombs are kind of there. I do want the enemy to walk onto them, just because it looks so cool. Okay, so maybe even a little bit disappointed here, because as I recall, they were much larger, the explosions. Or maybe we should actually sit here and actually watch one of the explosions come in. I mean, that is impressive, but not as impressive as I kind of recall them being. Why are we focusing here? We should be focusing on the enemy's artillery. Especially as these... No, they're bypassing the bombs! Why? These guys definitely gonna walk onto a bomb. I don't want you to bypass it. Let's see, how does it look here? Oh, I've lost some people. And they've lost some more people. The cavalry is gonna ride onto it right here. I hope. And they missed it. Should be under here. I'm pretty sure oh, that I forgot to set the bombs? Is that it? How could I have missed that? Am I that stupid? I missed it? Oh, I was hoping for a huge explosion. Well then. Now we've been sitting here, allowing the British to bombard us, taking loads of casualties. I was just about to move forward as the Royal Lancers move into action. We'll just hold the advance here for a little bit, till that unit is destroyed. And when it gets destroyed, we move. I'll probably have to hold some units here in the center to deal with the Royal Horse Guard. So we've got these guys coming up behind the enemy lines. Looks good. The enemy is the enemy's gonna go and concentrate everything around there, because I specifically told my artillery to target them.
Is soon to be yours.
Looks fine here, in fact, as my troops move forward into action. Just gonna slay that cavalry. Heavy losses among some troops. I'm a little bit pissed that I missed the bomb. Let's have the Ruhr Assault Group kick in to gear and actually get up so they can assault the machine gun from the back, and then also get this gun right here. Oh, the artillery is focusing in. British machine gun group is getting shot to pieces. Right. Infantry advance to the next stage. We'll have the Jaegers join in. It's kind of set up here. What is this? Oh, the assault pioneers. Forgotten about them. The ones that forget to set up the bombs. The machine gun seems to be shot down way before even the assault group is ready to join in the fight. Right, we're preparing to come to blows here. I'll order the railgun to fire on this area. Let's turn the troops in. Create a death zone for the enemy. You're supposed to be shooting at those machine guns. You're supposed to shoot at those guns over there. Alright, we beat back the regulars. And then we have Royal Marines marching with more regular infantry. Kind of just marching straight into their death here. Not really able to do much. And the machine gun, even though it's got a nice flanking position, isn't really doing that much damage. These guys, though, aren't doing so much damage on the machine gun either, so guess it works both ways. Keep up the fire. I guess I don't know what happened to the British army, but they're kind of just marching to the death right now. Not entirely sure. Seemed like it had something to do with me targeting their artillery. Almost, because after that they all kind of moved to congregate in that area. That unit just got wiped out by the artillery. Move forward. I guess it's similar situation as with the mortars. There you go, 100 hand grenades to blow the machine guns to pieces. Sounds like they have another group of machine guns. It's not going to go well for them either. And machine guns are about to shoot down their own cavalry. I think they just shot their own general. And there we go. The British invasion force was slayed. Battle didn't go exactly as I wanted, but we stopped the invasion force. Now, though, with the British kicking up speed, kind of with multiple invasions going in, it definitely kind of puts pressure on us. And with the turnip winter kicking in, that's also quite bad. Anyways, we were still victorious. Here's the result of the battle. We deployed... Well, we didn't deploy the 4,000 men. They include the reinforcements that never made it onto the field. But what is accurate is that the enemy deployed 2,400, in which they lost 2,400. 87 men managed to survive out of this fight. Not many team kills either, about 100 men. Not too bad, although that is 20% of all our losses. So, yes, it was actually quite bad. Heavy Howitzer is actually one of... First battle it's in, and it ranks up kills enough to land itself in second place in terms of all kills. It's a siege gun that gets the highest here. Yeah, as I recall, I guess they changed that a little bit, because as I recall in the old version, like them holes were massive. But I guess that's a balancing issue, because there was a lot of stuff in the previous version, like machine guns, certain artilleries and stuff like that, that were way overpowered, that just absolutely destroyed everything. So, yeah. I was hoping to see that massive hole, but obviously, because of balancing issues, it must have been reduced. Still, a little bit disappointed. I wish to have absolute destruction. But definitely an understandable change. Quite a few units survived. The machine gun. The rest of the general unit. 9 Royal Marines. 15 regular infantry. Right. The British landing over there. One advantage, or disadvantage I should say, not an advantage at all, is the Imperial Marines is only 100 man per unit. And given that we're probably going to lose quite a lot of troops going into Britain, it's not the best setup, actually. Although I do believe the Marines must have something superior, accuracy or something, compared to normal units. We got more tanks coming in here. Also, we have the male tanks with cannons being recruited here, and the female ones being here, and the late stage machine gun. It's going to be brought with this army. That's going to be nice. I don't actually... I think we're kind of out of time for this episode. Next one... Huh, now there's a lot of battles all of a sudden. Like, we definitely have a battle here. We definitely have a battle here. And we're not here yet. Okay, so I guess next time we will be dealing with the French army. Machine gun spam. And then we'll have Rome. But for now, I think we're about out of time, so I'll say as I always say, hopefully you guys enjoy this, and hopefully I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye.
Bertha is soon to be yours.